There we go.
We are now live.
It doesn't tell me until it's like 5 or 6 seconds in, but
yeah.
So on your channel, as we found out, evening guys, using
Hiya, Danny.
Danny, physical media life, indeed. Oh, hang on, my badge is upside down. There we go. That's better.
I actually have a metal one upstairs that I should have brought down because technically it's a light yellow, but it is command yellow. So, but yeah, that metal badge that I bought it off of Wish for like £2.
Nice.
And it's like really good condition as well. So.
Yeah, finally getting our first contact watch party. Yes.
Yes. I have been looking forward to it since we've scheduled it.
Yes. Well, what was it? I should have done it in April, technically.
Technically, yes. Because I did post my first contact with Star Trek on actual first contact day.
Yes. Well, yes. You being a young lad, it would have been your first introduction to these films, wasn't it?
One of them. Yeah.
I think Nemesis was your first, wasn't it?
Yes, Star Trek Nemesis was the first one that I seen. I was 4 years old, and I was dragged to go see it in the cinema. And at that time, the only thing that I could remember from it was the Doom Buggy scene, Data's death, and the Picard's talk with B4 at the end of the movie. But I always remembered it being taking place on Earth, not on the E.
Well, yeah, it can't be blamed for that.
So my memories. I mean, I was 4, so memory doesn't really hold up as much.
Well, I saw that in the cinema too. Bloody hell! But I was something older than that.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, that's all I remember.
At least,
of it as well.
Yeah, at least I'll be alive to see First Contact in real life in 2063.
Oh shit.
I think I'll be in my 60s by then.
Fingers crossed.
When that happens. Fingers crossed, yeah.
I'll be there with you. Good evening, Anthony. How are you?
Hello.
Good evening, Sean. Resistance is futile, yes.
Indeed it is. Or as Worf says, resist this.
Yes, we'll get to that. Evening, VT. Oh, got Jay and the G-Man in. Good evening, both of you.
Good evening.
VT and Trekkie. Well, I am obviously science officer here, so...
And I'm in Light Command Gold. That also says Levi right there. I think it does.
Oh, the planet Levi.
Yeah, it does.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Right, let me just cue this up, and then we'll begin if you're ready.
I'm fully ready.
There you go. There you go.
Because
it is...
I fully plan to get into a rant at the Battle of Sector 001. Because do I have a lot of complaining to do about Starfleet's decisions.
Yeah, they are. There's always someone that can do it. There's a lot of the actors.
You see, how I done it was I was first introduced to this not through Star Trek. I was introduced to this through the Disney Channel show Recess. And so I seen it on that, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I want to try and imitate that. And how I managed to do it was, at the time I had bunk beds, so I just done that in the slats.
That'll do it.
And it worked. That's why I'm able to now do it on both hands.
Although, technically, was it? Leonard Nimoy stole it from a Jewish...
He did indeed, yes. And I have to say, like, don't get me wrong, I love the opening for Wrath of Khan, but just the opening melody to First Contact is just so beautiful.
9 seconds of it. It is a good one. It's done by, was it Jerry Goldsmith, who did the first film as well, didn't
he? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of cast in this one. Good evening, Nos.
Hello.
Evening. There he is, magic carpet ride.
There
Yay.
he is. You see now, Mr. Impossible at Counterpunch, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh no.
You see, you have been trying to get me to review Star Trek V for the longest time. As soon as I do it, you're nowhere to be seen.
He's still trying to work out his response, I'm sure.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say anything because he hasn't seen my review of it. So he doesn't know if I still say it's a terrible movie or if I agree with him. He's just going to have to go onto my channel and find out.
There you go. Stanton's here. Good evening, Stanton. Good evening.
Hello.
Interesting picture you got. Hang on.
So,
get Foxy in here. He's going to love this guy. There you go. So, a Star Trek fan. I'm looking forward to this.
As am I, Danny. As am I.
Now, it says on the IMDb that Gene Roddenberry wrote this, but the screenplay is not by him.
No, it's Brannon Braga and Ronald D. Moore.
Yep. No, here comes where the budget went.
Yep. And to be fair, it's a beautiful scene.
It is.
Like it gives more to what we couldn't see at the time for the Best of Both Worlds parts 1 and 2, which, in my opinion, isn't as good as people say it is. I mean, part 1 is really, really good, but then part 2 just takes a nosedive towards the end, and that's what doesn't. That's why I don't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. Bloody hell. I have to wait a week to watch it. The second half.
Yeah, well, for me, it took me a while to watch it because back then I was only watching them whatever episode was airing on the Sci-Fi Channel for both Next Gen and Voyager. So it took a while for it to get around to there.
Yeah.
And when I watched Best of Both Worlds Part 1, I was ecstatic because it really was good. And then I watched Part 2.
I can see that. That bit with the needle in the eye always gets me because if you see the eye bend.
Yeah, you really that's what I love about this movie as well, is the horror elements.
And
like this is a horror Star Trek movie, and it in my opinion, as we all know, this is my favorite Star Trek movie of all time. I fucking love this movie. And so like I'll always sing its praises, even for parts that people don't like. I'll still sing the praises for those bits, despite even me agreeing that some parts aren't really that necessary, like Drunk Deanna. But we'll get to that soon.
Oh yeah. So
now,
good evening.
Here is the beauty shot of the Sovereign class.
Nice model.
My God, is she gorgeous! And I love that it's not CG. It is literally a filming model.
It's nice.
It is so beautiful. And it sucks that it's after this movie that after Insurrection, that they went CG for Nemesis.
Yeah, another point down there. If this was Star Trek Insurrection, I would jump out of the window.
I know like my review for it isn't due out until next month, but I really actually enjoyed Insurrection.
I do enjoy it. It's a harmless film. It's just
it really is, yeah.
Big budget cinema going film. It's more of a TV episode than a big screen adventure. But I do like it, especially Picard's rescue at the end with the ship going up the side of the other ship and beaming him up just in time. Yeah. The Superman-esque intro, yes. They filmed it in reverse or something to get that blurry effect. Oh, reading this is far the best so far TNG movie.
Well, then it looks like we should be friends because hey, if we both agree, then we should be friends because I'm in the minority here when it comes to saying that this is the best Star Trek movie.
Well, no, he says best TNG movie, so
I know, but still, I can convince them.
Yes, Jerry Goldsmith, what a legend! He did so many.
He really did, yeah.
And there's Frakes, who directed this, his first He's done some of the TV episodes, like some of the cast have done, but this is his first screen. The second one,
it's every episode he's directed after this has just been really, really good.
Yeah. Hello, Bob. No boobies in this one tonight, I'm afraid, but never mind. There you go. I know of many non-Star Trek fans who enjoyed this movie. Yes, I can see why this was a big hit at the time.
So do I.
Like you said, it's horror elements.
Mm-hmm.
It's good space adventure as well. Hey, Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jerry Goldsmith. Sad loss to film world. Star Trek V review, you poor guy. I saw that twice in the cinema when it came out.
I've only watched it twice myself. The first time I did not like it. The second time I'm not going to say because I know Spoiler, Dr. Impossible might still be here. So until he goes and watches that review, I ain't saying what I thought of that movie.
Okay, we'll stick to this movie. So the budget of 45 million and it made 146 million worldwide. So still made a profit. Now, it's a Christmas film because it came out in November in America. Do you know when it came out in Britain?
I don't know, probably 99, given how things were back then.
It's not that bad. It's only less than a month later. December 13th, 96.
That's not too bad.
Same day as like, Cameroon and Ireland.
Yeah, because... nice.
I would have expected later next year. Oh, there's the Defiant.
Now that we are at essentially the Battle of Sector 001, I know they're just about to go there. I do have some nitpicks here. Now, fair warning to those who are watching, I'm going to be using ship class names for this. If I know of a ship's registry, I'll mention that so you guys can get an idea. What was the Federation's thought process of sending a fucking Oberth class to battle the Borg?
Cannon fodder.
It literally was. I mean, back in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, even with its shields up, it got destroyed by one torpedo from a fucking Klingon ship. And they thought, oh, hey, we have a couple more of these fucking spare. Let's go throw them at a fucking cube. See what they do.
Yep.
And not only that, like, Miranda classes, Galaxy classes. We know Galaxy barely holds its own. And no Intrepid, no Voyager class. A ship that's literally built to fuck this shit up, and it's not here.
It's not in the sector or whatever they say, because it's usually the Enterprise is the only one in the quadrant.
That is true. But to be fair, though, it's a beautiful scene. It is absolutely beautiful. It introduces my favorite ship class, the Akira class, the USS Thunderchild.
Okay. I thought you were going to say the Millennium Falcon, because apparently that's in there somewhere.
I'm pretty sure it is. I just don't know it. But you know, the guy who says... I tried to look,
but apparently it's in there.
Yeah. The guy who says, sir, it's the Enterprise, that's what he's well known for. Like, he's been in other shows, you know, like Parks and Rec, The Good Place, all of that. But he's more known for Sir, it's the Enterprise. Just like Tim Russ is more known for We Ain't Found Shit from Spaceballs.
That is true.
Yeah.
I forget he's in that every time until I see Spaceballs every time.
Yeah. I've only ever watched it the once, and I don't think I need to watch it again.
It's not my favorite.
I liked it to a certain extent, but not really my thing. Yeah. Now, have you finished season 3 of Star Trek Picard?
Yes.
Okay, so for those who haven't, spoiler alert, the reason why Picard is who knows where to tell the other fleet to fire upon is because he's still connected to the collective, which is what causes his neuromotic syndrome in season 1 to make him into the golem that he is. And I also find it funny that, you know, he takes a second to to say fire, and in that time, several more ships get destroyed. And even when the cube goes up, a couple more get destroyed as well.
Yeah.
But still visually a masterpiece.
But that's
way better than the way better than the Enterprise versus Reliant in Wrath of Khan.
Well, that is 15 years difference and $50 million difference.
Mm-hmm.
But hello, young fox eater, madam. So I'm looking at the wrong pictures. Right, hang on, let's crack on for this. Reading movies, you're obviously not a fan. Best of both worlds for the best episodes ever from TNG, says the G-Man.
I mean, that's you're okay to have your opinion, but
no, this is a place where opinions are your own, and they're the only ones.
Reunification. You know what? The first time we see Spock in Next Generation.
Ah, yes.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
Is which is the one? Yeah, which is the one with Fraser in?
Cause and Effect.
Yeah, that's one I always remember. I never remember the names of the episodes. Yeah. They never come up at the beginning, so I never look into it. The effects are still good. Yeah, the effects, because they're mostly practical.
Yeah. Now, I don't own a 4K copy of this. I don't collect 4K because it to me, it's not worth collecting at the moment.
But let's have a look. I got... There's my... This is...
And I am extremely jealous that you have it on VHS. I would love to have it on VHS.
Wow, I've got it on...
And I looked into it. I looked into buying it on eBay, and I found one for like €2 or €3, but it was then like 12 postage.
Yeah, that's
from the UK. So I haven't bought it yet.
So there is... Damn, I can. James Cromwell, who has in 2 episodes of The Next Generation as 2 different characters. Apparently, I couldn't name them,
nor could I.
I did look them up, but I need to hear Mike's Fantasy Bridge. Oh, there you go.
All right, my fantasy. Yeah,
but go on.
Right. Who would be my fantasy bridge crew? Let's see. At helm, assuming we're only going to have one helmsman, like most ships at this era do, I would have Tom Paris from Voyager. Captain has to be Janeway.
Okay.
First Officer Spock, I'm going to go with. Tactical Worf. Chief of Security Odo. Communications Uhura. Because I, in case you guys don't know, I'm currently watching through the original series for the very first time, and I'm loving all the classic characters. Even though I already did from watching the movies.
Yeah.
But actually going back and properly giving these episodes like a first watch, I'm really loving their characters. Especially Kirk. Like he's up there as a captain, but he's no Janeway and he's no Picard. That's for sure.
Right.
So yeah, I think that would be my dream team.
Very nice. The first swooping shot the Enterprise E was inspiring, yes. That was
it really was.
Yeah, Picard. Actually, Frakes was. He was watching what? Close Encounters, Star Wars, and all sorts of 70s films to get the feel of what they did.
Yeah.
I am the cutest of Borg. There he is. Take him out.
There we go.
I read the movie. I'll love First Contact, but it doesn't top Wrath of Khan for me. There you go. Maybe the older
Wrath of Khan is overrated. It might be. But it's just overrated.
Your older people like Sean Connery and your Roger Moore.
I mean, I've only ever watched one James Bond film, and that was the new one. So
yeah, there we go then. I love the grey. I was going to ask about the uniforms. What do you make of these uniforms in this one?
Yeah, like they're my second favorite. Obviously, my favorite has to be the uniform scene from Wrath of Khan to the Undiscovered Country, and especially the new look version that we get to see at the end of season 1 of Strange New Worlds. Looks really, really good.
Yeah, I like this uniforms are very. He wasn't messing with them every time, trying to pull him down as he does in the TV series. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Knock is going for the motion picture, but this is the best TNG movie.
I like the motion picture. I've always liked it on rewatch. It just needs a proper director's cut or a cut where a lot of the flub is just cut out. Like as good as it is, as good as a visually as it all is, it could use with a trim.
Yeah, Russo's here. Good evening, Russo. Insurrection rules supreme. First contact is terrific, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, Insurrection is pretty good.
Insurrection in the loft. Is it? It is where it all begins.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, actually, about First Contact and Star Trek Voyager season 3. The writers were told of Voyager not to introduce the Borg until after this came out. So that's why we don't see the Borg until Scorpion parts 1 and 2 of season 3 and season 4 of Voyager.
Makes sense. Yeah, because what was running? TNG had finished by this time.
It had, yes. I think Deep Space Nine was still in the midst of the Dominion War, so I'd say season 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, and then
Voyager was on its third season when this came out.
There we go. Yeah, that data dropping is a bit ropey, but we'll let it slide.
Yeah.
First Contact does hold up. It does. Thank you, Caroline.
It does.
I just completed. Oh, Danny's just completed TNG. Now on to DS9. I don't think I finished Deep Space Nine ever.
I did. It took me a while. I took a break in season 2, and then I fully finished it and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Dr. Impossible's off to watch a review now, and then he'll comment.
Good.
Positively or negative. We shall see. I'm a TNG fan and a fan of this movie. Is that what you mean? Yes. Hints at sarcasm. Jay's having a good time. Battle of Sectors 001 really showed off how Starfleet's respect of how to approach the Borg has changed.
Definitely. I believe it's I think it was like a swarm tactic. And for the Battle of Sector 001, where they'd have like 4 or 5 ships go and attack it at once, do some damage, fly off, and then have another squad come in, that type of stuff. As it approached Earth, I don't know when it originally, the fight took place, but by the time we see it, they're obviously a good while into this fight.
So yes, the nuclear third World War III, I should say, has happened. Was it 50 years before this takes place?
No,
what is it?
Just a few years.
Just a few years. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it went from 2025 or 2026 to 2060, if memory serves correct.
Yeah, I can't work out star dates. Rosso's moving on to DS9 now. There we go.
Enjoy.
Watch out, Nightbot's on you, Jay. No, stop spamming symbols. There you go. Top 5 Trek films from Sean. Wrath of Khan #1. Star Trek 4, 3, First Contact, and Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. And last, Star Trek 09. That's a mixed bag.
I mean, I don't fault him. Recently, I've spent the past 3 months rewatching all 13 Star Trek movies to review on my channel.
Of course.
And I have come out with different experiences, different feelings for the movies. watching it essentially with fresh eyes. Like the Monday coming on the 28th is actually when my First Contact re-review goes live, and it's nearly 20 minutes. So I hope I do justice in explaining why I love this movie in that video.
I'm sure. Good evening, Sahinda. The Dominion War had, of course, depleted the fleet.
Yes, it did drastically. I think
the movies now. The Millennium Falcon was there.
I think it was maybe after the first Battle of Chintaka, or one of the two, or a different battle that took place before this.
Yeah.
Before this movie, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, here's the first slasher film moment of the film. Something's in the corridor. Someone goes to investigate. The next person says, "Are you there? Are you all right?"
Yeah, that's about a minute ahead for me.
Yeah, the VHS runs quick.
Yeah.
So I'll have to skim to catch up sometimes.
I'm at that bit now. Okay. Where the guy gets dragged and assimilated.
There we go. Traffic class for Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the chat, who's the biggest Star Trek fan and why? Oh, let's see what the answers are.
That's going to be a bloodbath.
Everyone's doing the Vulcans. Nightbot will get you. Yeah, there you go. You have my attention. No insulting Mel Brooks. Ooh, oh dear. You upset Narcissus going capitals. This is already an 18-hour, and Michael swearing puts Boris Johnson to shit.
Hey, I'm Irish. It's in my blood to swear.
Yeah, you can say feck a lot, because that doesn't count, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's always fecking this, or bollocks that, or feck you, you feckless gobshite, that type of stuff. That's something you would hear in Dublin.
Okay. I watched Picard season. I haven't watched Picard season 3 yet. We need more futuristic Star Trek. Well, hopefully the course has been corrected.
I think
Picard 3.
I think the Starfleet Academy show is going to be set in the future Discovery's time. We don't know yet, obviously, because they're still developing it. But if memory serves correct, Danny always waits for the new Star Treks to come out on physical media before he watches them.
Okay. Makes sense. I only like the Shatner films. So, what's that, 1 to 7, I guess?
Technically.
Technically, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, is this an 18 rating I'm watching? Yes. Please log off if you're not 18. I would like the Klingon music motif whenever Worf made a appearance. Yeah, apparently that is true. Yeah. They used the music from like the third film for the Klingon when Worf makes an appearance. I'm a fan of The Child.
Oh, I know that. I think I know that.
The Offspring. There you go.
Yeah.
What's that? Pretty fly for a white guy, is that? Or is that the one where Data as a kid or whatever it is?
I think it might be. I can't remember.
There's two now. Data's mother was an android, but she didn't know she also played another character in DS9.
I don't think I copped that.
I thought you had a First Contact. No, I don't have any Star Trek on big box rental. I've only got one Star Wars, and that's Attack of the Clones, I think. But all the rest are retails. Oh, here's the Doctor from DS9. I'm a doctor, not a doorstop.
To be fair, I love Robert Picardo. He is absolutely amazing.
And absolutely everything from The Howling, Inner Space, everything. He's always the best thing in it.
What I love is the fact that Robert Picardo is such good friends with Sylvester McCoy, the Seventh Doctor.
Yes. Now, I always thought when the Borg confronted the Doctor, a laser beam from the Borg hit him, and his hologram went funny, but I didn't see that in this. And I wasn't watching VHS to see if it's in there, but I don't, unless it's something else I'm thinking of.
No, I know what you're. I remember that. I definitely remember that. I'm actually at that bit now, so I can tell you.
Yeah,
if
my
it
Blu-ray
happens.
copy doesn't do it.
Mm.
Hang on.
Unless you're thinking, you might. No, I think you're. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of Ethan Phillips, the guy who plays Neelix.
Neelix, yes.
He plays someone
Oh yes, he
in
plays the
the
barman or
holodeck,
the
and
banker later on.
that's when that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was a hologram. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to meet Nick. I always call him Michelle. It's Nichelle Nichols, isn't it? Yeah, before. Oh, such a lovely lady. That's nice. Well done, sir.
It's nice. I watched a TikTok of someone talking about having met her, and he had nothing but good things to say about her.
Yeah. Are you watching production order or airing order of the original series?
Well, with season 1 on the DVDs that I have, it was production order, where episode 1 was where No Man Has Gone Before, what should have been the actual pilot, and The Man Trap was episode 5. But with season 2, it is keeping in current with the air dates, because I have what I refer to as the DVD files versions of the original series, where it's 3 episodes per disc, and it's using the original effects, not the HD remasters, which I'm all happy for, because I do love the old effects.
Because I've got most of the original series, The Next Generation, DS9, and Voyager on VHS, but not complete. But yeah, back when they're 4x3 in mono. Wrath the Khan is shite, right? Put him in time.
Good on you, Danny boy.
Hardly shite.
Good on you.
Trim, flub cut out, blasphemer. Oh no, you're upsetting us. Everyone getting upset tonight. Oh, Austin saw this in cinemas, in theaters, I should say. As he's in the US. Yeah, I saw. What did I see? I saw 4. Yeah, from 4 onwards. I've seen them all.
The only Star Treks I've seen in cinema was Nemesis, Into Darkness and Beyond.
Okay. I saw. Well, yeah, technically I've seen all of them in the cinema, because I saw 1, 2, and 3 when Generations came out. There was a special screening, so I didn't see them in order. But 4th was the first one I saw when it came out in 87.
I know a lot of people don't like Drunk Deanna here. I don't mind it as much. I know this is one of AJ's complaints, and thank God he's not here. That was a joke, by the way, because I know, like, if you don't know, myself and AJ over at AJ's Movie Place, we have this friendly banter back and forth. He says Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek movie. I say it's First Contact. And we all know with AJ's age, he's not all up there. So he's clearly meaning to say First Contact, but he accidentally says Wrath of Khan every time.
But yeah, me and AJ also have a banter, but it's unfriendly.
Yeah. I'm surprised he still hasn't invited you on his channel for a live stream yet.
I've had him about
how many times has he been on yours?
It's every month so far.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the common decency to invite you onto his.
I know. He's like, and he stopped doing them now as well, just to spite me.
He's actually fully stopped doing them?
No, he's just taking a break because he's on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Ooby dooby. Ooby dooby, ooby dooby. Who sings that?
I don't know. I thought it was just like a random thing for this movie.
I didn't. A random thing just to take the piss, but it's actually a Roy Orbison song from the 50s.
Yeah, because I think I heard it recently. I was like, hang on, that's from First Contact. I thought it was made up.
One thing I'll say about First Contact: Alice Krige plays the Ball Queen with ice cold, calculating beauty. Yes, her voice is subtle and menacing. Yeah, she is a proper villain.
She really is. She is the best iteration of the Borg Queen. Now, I love all 3 actresses who's played the Borg Queen, but obviously, she's the first, and the best.
Yeah. I tried to watch the crossover episodes in order from the Next Generation DS9. I couldn't leave the luxury of a Galaxy Starship. Then DS9 came.
I've never actually attempted to watch it in order. Hello. Because I know, like, trying to watch it in order, you'd have to go not next gen, Enterprise to season 1 and 2 of Discovery, seasons 1 and 2 of Strange New Worlds, then Next Generation to a certain point, then start on Deep Space Nine at the same time, also weaving in the movies and all of that. And yeah, it gets confusing very quickly.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, he is around.
He is here.
And then also live from Movie Chats is Big Steve. So hello.
Hey, Big Steve.
Wave to their channel. Wave to AJ. All right, let's get back on track. Where was I? Gotta catch up. Can anyone guess the star date today? No.
Well, I've actually tried some of those star date calculators, and they seem to be more in line with the Kelvin movies, where in the Kelvin movies it says star date 2263 or 2258. That's the year that they're saying. The point and the random numbers afterwards, that I think that's like giving you like the date and time.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, the World War III lasted 30 years. I thought it lasted about 30 seconds, but with AJ is still live on the Movie Chat channel discussing Vamp instead of Star Trek. Mike doesn't like Star Trek full stop. No shock there. We need a crossover film with all captains. Yeah, I think that ship has probably sailed.
That has definitely sailed. I mean, Shatner's 91. Sisko, he's just given up on acting altogether.
Is he? No.
Yeah. Like, that's why we haven't seen him. Like, he's been mentioned, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's been brought back in, like, comics or what have you, but the actor himself, Avery Brooks, I don't think he would ever come back, unfortunately. I'd love for him to come back, don't get me wrong, but I think he's well and truly done. I don't even think he does many conventions, actually.
No, I think he's like doing probably theatre or something if he's doing anything. I think that's his background, isn't it?
And music.
Yes. I'm surprised that human race. Yeah, a 30-year-old World War III. I guess it goes like the Terminators. Everything was wiped out, and then people struggling to survive. Like the faction.
Oh, don't get me started on Terminator. I'm reviewing it next month, and I watched it. It was okay, but the time travel aspect of it gave me a headache.
Yeah, if you stick with 1 and 2, you're all right. And I think past there, you're gonna.
I intend to just stop at T2 because I don't think my headache could stand going past T2.
4 after that, or 5 now. Young Foxy is definitely the massive Trekkie, maybe the biggest in the chat. There you go. Danny agrees. I'm Irish to Michael. Sean McManus. There's a hint in the name. Good evening, Gregor. Which Star Trek race would you like to be and why?
I don't know.
No. They're all human.
I mean, human, Andorian, Vulcan, maybe. Those would be mine, probably.
Yeah. Everyone says Vulcan, but yeah, I guess maybe.
Yeah, because like if you go for Andorian, you can have multiple wives. The same with Denoblians from Enterprise. They have multiple wives.
Colmini is my favorite characters in DS9. Yes, I think he's mine as well. Not Odo, but
I mean, they made a joke about it in Lower Decks that he is literally the most important character, and it is true because the fucking Deep Space Nine, is like he keeps it going like 99% of the time, and if it's an episode where he's not there, it's fucked.
It's true. Oh, fingers crossed for the post-Picard series that's been rumored called Star Trek Legacy, centered around the Enterprise G and her crew. Plenty of letters left in the alphabet, as he says.
Mm-hmm. I still don't like the fact that they rechristened the Titan A to the Enterprise G. I think they should have either just left it as the Titan A or named it the USS Picard. Because the way they were talking about it, that's what I was thinking that they were going to do.
Free the homie Michael B says Everchanger on your channel.
I know who he is. He is a good friend of mine. Nice. In person. So,
right.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible, the Borg looked more threatening than in TNG. I thought the Borg in TNG looked like their makeup was done by cocaine. White as a sheet. That is budget restriction.
Yeah, that is literally budget. Yeah.
They had the money for this. That's why they put it all in the Borg and their different versions. And then they used all the makeup and sets and stuff for Voyager after they finished with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's drills going in heads. And then the holes don't appear later on. Oh, Robert Picardo has his own YouTube channel, does he?
He does, yes. I think he does.
Is it called Robert?
I think it is called Robert Picardo.
Make a note of that. He is great. Right. Number one, love Stuart saying that. Oh, number one, yeah. I guess I have to think about that for a second. Try watching The Cage, then Strange New Worlds. What a difference! Yeah, well, that's
I think I can only manage The Cage in the Menagerie two-parter. Like I haven't actually properly sat down and watched it because again, my DVD copies don't have The Cage with it. It literally just starts with Where No Man Has Gone Before.
Okay. I think my VHS is a separate video, not part of the timeline.
Yes, it is. Is a separate one because I know Danny has The Cage on VHS itself.
Okay. Austin's got the Blu-ray and VHS of course, First Contact.
Lucky.
I thought these movies ended at 6. What the hell's this? Oh dear, Mike.
Star Trek 8. There's 13 of them. Technically going to be 14 soon with the Section 31 movie.
Yeah. Mike, do your homework. Yes. We're here to educate. This is the next generation taking over. The homie did nothing wrong.
Oh, I know what he's on about.
Okay. I saw Generations, Insurrection, Nemesis, 09, Into Darkness in theaters as well. Okay. Yeah, because when I saw Generations, the Enterprise crashing was a big deal back then. Yeah, what exactly is the issue with drunk Deanna? Well, she's drunk one minute and then perfectly normal the next. After it's not Romulan.
And funny enough, she doesn't suffer any major hangovers the next morning.
Yeah. She's had half a bottle of tequila and then just standing there, relaxed as anything and normal, not dead on the floor. It would probably kill her if it's like moonshine anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, watch show my age. Yeah, it's just a tad. Yeah, at least I can't. Well, I didn't see the original. I saw 1, 2, and 3 in 93 or something like that. They were showing 1 to 7. I think maybe it was when this came out. They were showing 1 to 7 in an all-night binge, but I only made it the first 3 because that's the ones I'd seen, and they weren't in 4K. They were in piss poor condition. Wrath of Khan is the best. Sean McManus is agreeing with that.
I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion, and
I'll be in touch.
More
Mike.
Power to you.
What if the timeline has changed in First Contact? Well, that's the thing. If the plan had gone tits up and they had to destroy the Enterprise, Picard says they're supposed to go to an uninhabited island, but surely they'd breed and eventually change the future in some way.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking of doing like a what if theory, but I'm holding back on it for a while because I've already done 2 Borg-centric Star Trek what if theories.
Well, yeah.
One, was my most popular video at like last time I checked 8.5 thousand views.
Oh.
Yeah. But you'd think an easier way for the Borg to be more successful than trying to take over the Enterprise was to actually, whilst firing on Montana, why not just beam down a couple of drones? They're very primitive technology.
That is true.
They could have assimilated the world that way. They didn't need to go, oh, let's just bomb this place and hope to kill Zefram Cochrane.
Well, yeah, that is true. They could have just
let's just beam down 1 or 2 drones, start assimilating a few people. That will do the trick.
That would have done the trick just as well, wouldn't it? Because technically, because the planet changes while they're in the vortex. That it's all taken over. So yeah. Right.
So, I recently watched the episode of the original series where they show Zefram Cochrane in the original series, and I find it funny how technically his backstory has been retconned in this movie.
I think so. Yes.
Because in that episode they mentioned that he was born on Alpha Centauri. But clearly in this movie they haven't left the solar system yet.
Yeah, I read that. AJ, you know the truth, my friend.
No, he does not. AJ is old and delusional.
Hey. I'm older than him.
Yeah, but you have a more sane mind than he does.
That is true. He is a gibbering idiot most of the time.
Yeah.
Yes, Insurrection felt like a TV episode of TNG to be. Bored me to that. I wasn't bored.
I wasn't bored either. And that is something that I do mention in my review next month, is that Insurrection would have made a perfect episode of the actual TNG.
And it would have been fine.
The same with Nemesis. Nemesis would have made a perfect TNG episode.
Yeah. Nemesis wasn't made by anyone that knew anything about Star Trek, which didn't help. First Contact is vastly marked improvement with a more tighter objective. Paramount needed to up the game after Generations. Yeah, exactly. So we got that. I don't know. I guess they didn't want to do any more Borg stuff, so they couldn't think of a bad guy apart from the Federation internally. Bob's in. He says, Voyage Home is the best. There you go. Officially,
I mean,
the conversation
for me, if we're talking about just the original series movies, then yes, Voyage Home is the best original series movie.
I do love that one.
I do as well. I have a lot of sentimental value for it.
So do I. The torso effect of the Borg Queen still looks amazing. Yeah, there's that slight bit where the join happens, but apart from that, it's very good effect.
Yeah, and again, people don't like the Borg Queen.
Yeah, who's this people?
But a lot of people. I've seen a lot of complaints about it. But I don't mind her, and it's one of the main complaints people have about introducing someone who controls the hive mind is it takes away the hive mind mentality, where if that there is someone controlling it, whereas before we didn't know that. We just assumed it was all just the one thing, and there was no real hierarchy. Sorry?
It has to start somewhere, though, doesn't it? So
yeah, it has to start somewhere. And as Q is forever saying, we're always thinking in 3-dimensional terms, not 4-dimensional terms.
Yeah.
But one thing I do gotta ask, how the hell is the Queen able for the rumpy times with Data? Is it just something that's built in? Did they take it from somebody else and just attach it there for him to do that? Or is it she's just giving him mouth present?
That'll be in the XXX parody you'll have to watch. I'm not too sure about that one. But if anyone knows, I'll tell us. 96 was a pretty good year for movies. Yes, it was. 90s,
Yep.
full stop. Mid 90s was a very good year. Good and bad, yeah. A lot of films out that year. A lot of different genres, unlike now, which you get about 3, if not 1. Ooh, wasn't BB first cut? Well, it was a 12. I think it was the first Star Trek. Well, apart from Wrath of Khan, I think it was a 15 when it came out. But this was the first TNG that's a 12 because of all the eye death trauma and zombies, technically. They need to rewrite the end of DS9, so Cisco shouldn't have gone out that way.
I like the ending. I like the ending.
The ending now, thinking about it.
Basically, Ducat throws himself into a volcano. So does Cisco, but the prophets of the wormhole save him essentially, and bring him to the celestial temple, and that's where he remains for now. And in a lot of extended media, he does come back to Cassidy Yates in time for the birth of his daughter, and returns to Jake as well.
Yeah, it does ring a bell now, that celestial thing. If you made a Star Trek series, what actors would you like in them? Is that new actors or old actors from Star Trek? Or completely fresh?
It could be anyone.
Yeah.
It could be anyone. You know who I'd like to see would have liked to see in Star Trek? Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that'd be good one. As a Vulcan.
Just have a comedy episode. That would be more fucking funny. Seeing him trying to act all stoic and serious. He can do it, don't get me wrong. He's done it in The Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. 2 of his great movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see Jim Carrey in Star Trek. I think he is a Star Trek fan, if memory serves correct.
Makes sense. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
I'm a Trekkie. Don't ever watch Genesis; it'll put you in the nun house. Yeah, that's a Terminator film. This damn chat jumps every time I scroll down. 10 different Trek fans. You get 5 Khan answers and 5 random other answers to the best Trek film. I would be a Klingon, Danny. There you go. Good evening, Kel. Baseline star dates used in this era began January 1st, 23, so it would be a minus number at the moment. Oh, that is getting technical now.
Yeah.
The egg and spoon race. I'm way behind. That's a nice choice. We shall fight with honor. No fighting. Khan is a darker, more literate film. May is an academic with non-Star Trek credentials, but Khan is a masterpiece. Yeah, I do like Khan.
Like, I like the movie. It's just overrated.
Yes. No, I'm talking about Howling, but yeah. It's get off my channel. Only AJ's opinion matters here. I picked up a load of TOS on VHS for £2. Yeah, people were chucking them away as soon as it came out on DVD.
Yeah.
I will not be appearing in Jasper 2 unless I get a free holiday to Australia. We have a 10-film box set of the original set of films before Star Trek 9 was released.
I have them all individually. I preferred it that way.
I think, what did the VHS get? I got 2 out of the 3 VHS box sets. There's Neelix. That's it. Where his face goes funny.
Yeah.
Now, how does
just a few seconds away from that one.
How does this work? The barman's someone famous as well.
Yeah.
I think it's the stunt coordinator, isn't it, or something of the film? Nope.
We're back, and now I'm down here.
Get up there.
There we go.
Right. Now, how does the holodeck work with the safeties turned off with bullets? What's hitting the Borg?
The bullets.
Just materialism bullets.
Yeah. I mean, if they can make food out of your shit, they can make bullets out of your shit as well. I don't see why they couldn't. They can make anything out of your shit in Star Trek nowadays.
Right. When the Enterprise crashed, at least Data's cat was safe. That is true.
That is true.
I don't know if Nos has fallen on his keyboard. Or is he talking Klingon? Who says Wrath of Good must be mad? Well, you young people. But the Borg changed by law, and he was well. Yes. Hey, it's Stretch Cunningham from All in the Family. Who's that then? I don't know. I never saw All in the Family, Russell. So
nor have I.
Oh, here we go. What does Michael think of the idea of the theory that that Voyager was sent back to Earth was by the Borg?
Yes. Now, AJ did make mention of this to me before I started my Star Trek rewatch, my movie rewatch back in. It was April for me, but it was May when they started to come out.
Right.
And I made sure to keep an open mind for that. And there is a scene when Spock is traveling through V'Ger that you see a green-like planet that also kind of has like the same marks that a Borg sphere would have. So I think it's probable. I mean, it is confirmed in like beta canon in the books and that.
Okay.
So, at least I think it is. I could be wrong. There's so many Trek books out there to keep up with everything.
And there's Barclay from the A-Team.
Yep.
I haven't seen any of the. Oh, Austin hasn't seen any of the recent Trek shows. I think what's recent? Discovery. That was the big
Discovery. Discovery, Picard, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, and Prodigy.
There you go. With madness comes
and short treks as well.
Khan, no doing Khan impressions yet. Mm-hmm. Khan is just like a show where they run out of budget. Ooh. How old is AJ? 40 something.
He's that's how old he is.
Interaction was okay. I like the action in the third act, but the plot was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I absolutely love about this movie, and it's why it became my favorite, is the fact that we finally get to see more of the ramifications of Picard's assimilation and how he is mentally.
Yeah.
Because in TNG, with it being kind of episode of the week, we only really see how it affected him in 2 other episodes after him being saved from the collective. That being Family, the episode in season 4, and then in season 5's I, Borg. And then when they see the Borg again in Descent Part 1 and 2, he has no hatred for them. How he should have hatred for them. Even if they are disconnected from the collective, he should be as angry as he is in this movie. And that's what I love, is the fact that the Admiral in the beginning of this movie, when Picard says that they know that the crew of the Enterprise is more than up to fighting the Borg, but not her captain. And we've seen that throughout this entire movie, how he treats the Borg, especially going to attack Ensign Lynch after he's popped a cap in his ass 50 fucking times. And we see the rage that we should have seen continued on. Now, like I said, I get it. It's a episode of the week type format.
Yeah.
But something that dramatic, you would have to do more than just two other episodes covering that. You'd have to. That's why I love this movie, is the fact that we see that. And even why I love Picard seasons 1, 2, and 3 is because we see more of it. We see more of this time in those shows, we see his regret. We see the regret that he has for being assimilated and what he'd done during the Battle of Wolf 359.
Yeah. So, yes, the Borg Queen was in Voyager, and more recent things as well, Austin, if you want to catch up on those new series.
Yeah.
Spoilers. The torso of the Borg Queen looks amazing, yeah.
It does indeed.
Is sexy for a Borg Queen. The Borg are essentially killer computers, and server farms require central processing units, so Queen makes sense. That's getting technical. I loved it when Sisko punched Q in the face. All the torment he gave Picard, he definitely deserves it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he says, "You hit me, you punched me. Picard never punched me. That's because I'm not Picard."
Yeah. The Borg in season 2 of Picard were terrible. Yeah, I didn't make it past the first few episodes.
I loved season 2. It has its problems, but I absolutely loved it. That's why I love the first 2 seasons, because it delves deeper into the character of Picard.
Okay. Yes, Extraction 2 was a bloody good action movie. Yes, it was.
Never seen it.
The Borg became the dailies. The Daleks of Trek. I'm guessing that meant overused and weakened. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I as much as I love the Borg, and I am known for my love of the Borg, AJ, on this occasion, one occasion is correct. Every other occasion, he's just wrong.
Clip that, AJ. Jim Carrey's Q.
You can clip it and ship it. Yeah, Jim Carrey as Q would be frightening.
He would be have fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ's 47. I was born in 76. Ooh. There you go. About the same
I was born 2 years after this movie came out.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm a youngin'.
So yeah, Dr. Bottle Khan had a fairly decent sized budget back in '82. Yeah, it didn't have. Yeah, they spent a lot on the motion pictures, but the effects were stunning by REM. Yes, they are. And so, yeah,
what I love about the toy sales is the fact that Paramount always got it wrong. They done toys for the motion picture. Whilst it was a commercial success, it wasn't a success with the fans. Yeah. And then they didn't do it for Wrath of Khan, which was a big hit. And so they done it for The Search for Spock. That didn't do too well. So they didn't do it for The Voyage Home, and rinse and repeat.
Yeah, that is just silly. Oh, yes. Jim Carrey has parodied James T. Kirk.
Yes, he does, especially in Ace Ventura, which is a movie that I don't like. Yeah, I don't really like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, it's one of those of the time things.
Yeah.
Oh, 67 in August. Well done, Russell. Jim Carrey did do a great impression.
He did indeed.
Don't forget. Oh yeah, thank you. Maybe this weekend I'm around Nos. I'll come and see you in September for his birthday. If you had a holodeck in your house, what would you get up to in it? Wing, wing. Well, of course, everyone would destroy it.
I mean, it's a very common trope. You have a holodeck of sorts in any science fiction show. You are going to do either one or two things: have a episode that's dedicated to holo addiction, or to holo addiction porn, like what happened in the Orville.
Exactly. It's yeah.
So there is no in between.
There is a joke in here about the Borg, and then she says, "Are they Swedish?"
Oh yes, yeah. I remember that.
Okay. Recycling shite is the future of eating. Well, that might be true. Yes. The weather keeps getting hotter. Holographic bullets are protons held together by force fields. The force fields are what hitting the Borg. Thank you, young Foxy. Getting very technical tonight. Hello, Playing Down Under.
Hello.
Good morning. Good Friday morning to you if you are down under.
I have to say, showing them, doing the whole spacewalk sequence, just the flyby shot just before we see them is so beautiful.
Yeah, it is
with Earth in the backdrop. It is really, really nice.
Yeah. Earth 2. No, I didn't watch Earth 2.
I didn't either. I knew of it as well as the other one before it.
Yeah. I remember. I don't remember what channel it was on. I remember it came on, seeing it advertised back in the
If
day.
memory serves correct, from what I've heard, as kind of a joke, Earth 2 and the other one he tried to do in between Star Trek's Return in the 70s was literally the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the same premise.
Yeah. Do you guys like all 90s sci-fi stuff like Stargate and Farscape? I never watched the stuff like that. I watched the Stargate film.
I watched SG. I've seen a lot of episodes of SG-1. I have not seen Farscape, but it is something that's like on my back burner to watch at some point because I think I might like it. I don't know. I need to watch at least the first episode to see if this is something that I might commit to. And if I do decide to commit to it, then I'll source down the DVDs, box sets of it.
Because I watched Star Trek Universe, but that's only because it had Robert Carlyle in it. I love Barclay. Yeah, he's a bit of love to the show. I guess maybe that might be, but yeah, I like Barclay too. Stargate and Farscape are great, says AJ. There you go. Earth 2 lasted 1 season. John McEnroe hit the wall.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, young people won't get that joke. Sorry, this one. John McEnroe hit the Borg. It's a tennis joke. Oh, there's smooching going on. When they were making Khan, the director fell asleep halfway through. Hence, well, when I spoke to the director, he never said anything about falling asleep. Yeah, Danny's talking crazy. Get on to him, AJ. Speaking the truth. Not really. It sounds like rambling to sound edgy. Yes, young people. Now AJ's pissed off. Oh, look at this. Yeah.
So again, now that I'm at the Data and Borg Queen smooch session, this is the one thing that I just don't get is how the hell is she fully equipped for McBang Bang time?
I guess what? Because only
because it's only just her head is removable and has the flesh on it. The rest of her is all mechanical.
Wow.
But then again, I suppose it's the 24th century by now. Anything is possible. Just like there is the Rule 34 online. If it can be turned into a horny thing, it will be.
That is very true. Don't use Google Images for anything.
No, especially with Pokemon. Dear God, some of the people who just do fan art, Rule 34 fan art of Pokemon should be shot. Like, I've never been traumatized so much in my life just by accidentally looking up images of the Pokemon Gardevoir, who designed, very femininely. They've had a fucking field day with her for years. Dear God.
I'm about to go to Red Alert.
Google it at your own risk.
Don't Google it. It's a rabbit hole.
It really is, yeah.
I watched both Ace Ventura. The first one's okay, but the second one wasn't great. Ooh, where's Nos?
I turned off the second one. I own both of them on DVD, but I turned off the second one. I don't think I was in the right frame of mind to watch it at that point.
Yeah, definitely a thing you have to be in the mood for. SG-1 and SG Atlantis are fantastic. The abomination called SGU, I guess that's the universe, was a misfire. Yeah, it's a very... I never caught up on SG. Loved Red Dwarf. Yes, that's a good one. That's coming back, isn't it? Again?
I think so.
Were they in Coronation Street? Yeah, because the actor was in Coronation Street at the time. So, yeah, that was good. That's some good times in that. I heard a rumor donkeys ago that Hanks... Yeah, there is a rumor that Tom Hanks was going to be able to play Zeph from Cochrane, but it's Klingon dung, apparently. His name was mentioned in meetings, but they never asked him or even thought of getting him.
What I love about my knowledge of, not this movie, but the Doctor Who 1996 movie, is the fact that Scottish comedian Billy Connolly was considered to play the Doctor.
Yeah,
at one point.
I don't know. He was wacky enough, yeah.
Yeah, would have been interesting. Probably would have made a better movie. But despite that, I love the 1996 movie.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I saw it when it came out. It's a big thing when it came out. Unfortunately, that's all it was. The Ball Queen has a remote control for the private time. There you go. Oh, Echo. We're not Googling anything. Do not Google anything that's mentioned in this dream. What's the name of Seth's space series on the telly? That's
The Orville. It's on Disney Plus. Weird way. You see, it's up to Disney whether or not they're going to do a season 4 because of how massive the budget for it has blown up in between season 2 and season 3.
A lot of big ideas.
Yep.
No need. Michael is a star Google Trek. I guess that's nice. 96 Who film was decent, yes.
It was. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my third or fourth favorite comfort movie that I can just stick on and enjoy and switch off my mind.
Nice. Oh. There's some blood there. Wolves decompressorize and pop.
Yeah.
And what's it? Neil McDonough or McDonough? How do you pronounce his name? Hawk, whatever his name is in this.
McDonough.
He went on to do a lot of other stuff, especially sci-fi, and he's in Wonder Woman. He's in
which Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, the first one with Gal Gadot.
Oh, right. Okay. For a second, I thought you meant.
Am I thinking Captain America: First Avenger? That's the one I'm thinking of. He's the bowler hat and big ginger mutton chops.
Oh, right. I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Captain America: The First Avenger, it's not that great. I didn't think so when I watched it.
Oh, yeah. That guy from Crystal Maze, Ed Tudor Pole, would have made a good Doctor Who. Yeah, he was mad as a badger.
I love the Crystal Maze. I love both the presenters to it. They are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good show because the contestants were fucking useless. So it was up to
even the kids. I remember watching the kids' version of the Crystal Maze, and they really were.
How many Argons ran the pond? That was a good show. I have never ever had R34 images show up when I Googled Pokemon. You must specifically type in Pokemon R34, you perverts. Well, everyone's doing it now. Probably going to be trending in a minute.
Don't blame me. It's not my fault.
Oh, if you could rewrite a Star Trek movie, which one and why? This one, because it's shit.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, you rat bastard.
Hey, AJ is what I rode in on, so there you go. I don't think.
I don't think I would.
No, I don't think I would. Maybe give Star Trek 5 more budget, but apart from that,
yeah, I would do the same.
But apart from
I definitely would.
Nemesis, maybe.
Yeah.
Had ideas, but didn't use them properly.
It had ideas, yeah. I love Tom Hardy in it, though. He's after my rewatch of it, he is absolutely amazing.
He still holds up, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Hang
on. Wolf's got
almost there. Almost had his action hero line, indeed.
Change of plans, Data. A little bit of this gentle piece of music while they're floating away.
Assimilation.
This. Boom, bitch.
Bitch goes down.
Try and come back from that one.
Yeah. AJ, which one? Oh, he welcomed him. The entire Kelvin timeline. Oh, there you go.
I love the Kelvin movies.
I
rewatched Star Trek 09. When I rewatched Star Trek 09, I was like, dear God, I forgot how great of a movie this is. And one of my favorite behind the scenes knowledge of that movie is the fact that had they literally J.J. Abrams and co. literally went to Leonard Nimoy's home, pitched him this movie to get him on board. Because they were not going to make this movie without him. Had he said no, they would have went back and worked on the script and kept doing it to get him involved.
Nice, but not Kirk. Is Keith Harris in the Orville? Showing your age, Bob. Only me and a few others in the chat gets that.
To be fair, though, Chris Pine does a fantastic Kirk.
Yeah, at least he didn't try doing an impression of other Kirk.
Yeah.
That would be Jim Carrey. Michael is an encyclopedia of Star Trek, but the master is Granddaddy AJ. No, AJ doesn't know all the starships.
No, he'd come to me sometimes for this. Like he'll say, "Oh, like I don't know this, but Michael would." Like in terms of like ship classes and episodes and what have you.
My theater was pretty hyped for this scene. Yeah, I guess that's the spacewalk, is it? Because we're so far back. When are you having Gareth on your live, AJ? Well, there you go. There you go.
Asking the hard questions.
I won. Okay, so yeah. Apart from when I say, I'll do it. Anything. No, fuck off. AJ, do you mean Doctor Who? Okay. First Avenger was awesome. I do like First Avenger. Why? And all the rest of I don't speak to AJ anymore. He's Nightbot. Dispose of AJ. I'm looking forward to AJ. Dr. Impossible Michael knows far more about Trek than I do. No, AJ admits it. But I have forgotten more than he will ever know. That's just old age, though, wasn't that?
I've been telling him it's the old age seeping in.
Oh, see, Austin would rewrite Trek 5. I think if they had the money, the idea.
If it had the money, like when I watched it, like the first hour, I had zero issues with it. I was laughing at the comedy. Now, but saying that, it is a very forgettable movie. Like I've only remembered like 2 bits from it, 2 maybe 3 bits from it. Yeah. But when I rewatched it for my review this month, I literally forgot almost everything that happened in it. But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more on this rewatch than I did any of the others. And I genuinely like The Final Frontier now.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it in double figures. But yeah, that's because it's been out 30-something years. AJ is not a big Star Trek fan. No, he's not. Oh, he loves Trek, allegedly. Watch them allegedly. All the time. Yeah. When's the last time you watched
you do.
If you could change the timeline of any Star Trek season, I'll leave that over to you because I have no idea for the timelines.
Well, there's 3 different concurrent timelines that are running that we know of in the Star Trek universe. There's the Prime timeline, which is what this is. There's the Mirror universe or the Terran Empire universe, and then there's the Kelvin timeline.
Bloody hell.
I wouldn't change any of them.
I would change the theme tune to just Enterprise because I can't sit through that.
Oh, I love that theme tune. It's been a long road getting from there to here.
I would have watched banger. That, I can't sit through that music. But my knowledge isn't what it once was. Can't stop talking about bloody Punisher, though, can he?
Nope. See, Punisher to AJ is like Star Trek and Doctor Who to me.
All right, hang on.
But only my excuse is I'm autistic. I don't know what his is.
But you know what? Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Everyone, well, yes, we go to Doctor Impossible.
I still have yet to watch any of the Punisher movies. or read any of the comics.
Comics are for boys, little boys.
Now, I love the back and forth between Lily here. I'm just looking at where the VHS tape is. I'm coming up to it. I absolutely love this back and forth. Like, but in my opinion, Sir Patrick Stewart should have been nominated for an Oscar for his performance in this movie.
Yeah, he did.
It is stupendously excellent. In my opinion, probably one of his best works and performances.
Yeah. He's bringing out a book in October, one of his memoir. So he's going to be...
yeah, he is, yeah.
I did invite him, Brent Spiner, and Jonathan Frakes on tonight, but they haven't replied.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
It's a bit late now, but never mind.
Mm. Oh, well.
Maybe later. They'll pop in.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, Picard, was it 2 years later, went on to play Captain Ahab in a TV movie of Moby Dick.
That he did.
If you would, yeah.
So one of my favorite stories that my mother told me, because she was also a massive Star Trek fan. She loved all of it growing up. She never got a chance to see the newer stuff. She sadly passed away when season 1 of Discovery was airing. But she told me that when she used to work up in Dublin in one of the taxi ranks, where she would, call out to a taxi, tell him to go this place, there, and there. One year when there was a convention happening, she was there. It was a slow day. She was watching Wrath of Khan. And she knew it word for word what was happening, and she was saying it along with it. And then someone came and said, "Hey, I need a taxi," and she said, "Yeah, I'll call one in, and it'll be a few minutes." And so she's reciting Wrath of Khan word for word, and then out of nowhere, all she hears is, "Oh my!" and in walks George Takei.
Of course he would.
And my mother's jaw dropped. And sadly, that's all I can remember of that story.
Well, that's enough that you got to meet him.
Yes.
That's
and I also, over on my bookcase, far away for me to go and get, I do have her signed copy of I Am Spock by Leonard Nimoy. So that's my most prized Star Trek possession.
I bet. Because what's this first book called?
I Am Not Spock.
I don't think there was a third, was there?
I don't think there was.
I don't think there was, because you probably didn't come up with a name of it. Yeah, the Kirk in the Strange New World seems a bit weak. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well, to be fair though, we're only judging his appearance based on one episode. We do know he's going to reappear as Lieutenant Kirk in season 2, because that's the whole thing. Like, that's how his casting was announced, was because they were seen filming, and so because of that, they had to announce it. The same way with Doctor Who, every time we see a new casting announcement, is because they're about to film and they don't want it to leak before they can announce it.
Right.
So where was I going with this? Oh yeah. Give it time. He might, and he probably will improve. But what I do love about the season 1 finale is the fact that it is setting up how it basically set up why Pike gave his ship to Kirk.
There we go. Oh, begin destructing an Enterprise again.
Yep. Fun fact as well, if you go to an Amazon Alexa and say, Alexa, code self-destruct code 000 destruct 0, she self-destruct.
Well, as you've just set off anyone that's got one on playing this at home on speaker.
I think AJ's lucky though, because I know he has one, because he set off mine once or twice in a video when I was watching it in my room. But since he is away at the moment, he's lucky that otherwise it probably would have set off one of his Alexas. Assuming he has multiple. I think it's just the one though.
Okay. Oh, sorry. There's Danny's question. Would you change any of the captains over in the TV shows if you could? No,
absolutely not.
Maybe Jamie's
They're all fantastic in their own right. I have no problem with any of them.
Russell's an old school OG Star Trek fan. Can't be that old.
I became a fan in 2009.
There you go. Bloody hell. Shatner had a lot planned for Star Trek 5, but the budget got slashed. So yeah, he had rock monsters, he had all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
They couldn't do. But the rock monsters did appear in the unofficial Trek film. What's it called? Galaxy Quest.
Oh, yeah. I still have yet to actually watch Galaxy Quest. I know for me in my local CX, because again, for those who are watching on Garrett's channel that don't know me, a little while ago, I posted a rant video comparing the UK CEX prices to the Irish CEX prices. And Galaxy Quest is a kind of an expensive film to acquire over here, both the DVD and Blu-ray. The DVD copy is €10 to buy. And then the Blu-ray is 22.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
For a film that's 25 years old.
I mean, I paid last week €20 just for the first 6 Star Wars movies.
Right. Okay.
On Blu-ray.
I can see the difference there. Okay. Danny loves the ending to Enterprise, and he hasn't watched Punisher either. And you call yourselves friends of AJ, although he doesn't have any friends. Punisher is good. See, Kel says, especially the Thomas Jane one. Yes, it's good. Very true. 100%. Yeah, of course he says 100% to Kel. Christ, Michael, are you a Star Trek gynecologist too? Let's just say the Borg Queen has data hole for input. Dr. Impossible, don't lower the tone. The Punisher's got Kevin Nash, yes. That's a good fight. That's the one. Yeah, that's the 2004 one. My dad got me to Star Trek, but he passed away. Unfortunately, he didn't see any of the shows after Voyager. That's unfortunate. When did I? Yeah, I think I must have seen Star Trek motion picture or Star Trek 2 on TV. I don't think I watched the series until after that because it wasn't on as you can just go to streaming services or buy a DVD or a VHS back in those days.
Like when I watched, when I got into Star Trek, it was literally just watching. The only way I could watch it back in 2009, was on the Sci-Fi Channel for Next Gen and Voyager. Yes. And CBS for the original series, but it's only taken me until now to get into the original series as a whole. I love the original series movies, but it's taken me till now to get into the original series, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I have 8 episodes left of season 2 to watch before my video next Friday, so I'm on a massive time crunch right now, trying to get at least 3 episodes a day in. But in terms of the movies, we didn't have all of them. We had The Voyage Home, The Final Frontier, First Contact, and I think that was it. Yeah, The Voyage Home, Star Trek V, Generations, and First Contact.
Okay.
So those were the ones that I watched to begin with. That's why they tend to have more of a sentimental value to me. I watched Star Trek 2 when it showed up on one of, I think it was Sci-Fi or one of the movie channels. And then the motion picture I watched when I bought it on DVD. And again, The Search for Spock whenever it showed up on one of the movie channels. The same with The Undiscovered Country and Insurrection. And then my mother also then bought the Star Trek 09 DVD, and then I went to see Into Darkness and Beyond in cinema.
Nice. So will Kirk take over the Enterprise as his Scotty's in the last episode?
I think that's what they might do.
I guess how it goes, won't they?
Yeah.
Because it is,
but not. I don't think they're going to do it as early because there's still a couple of years left in the timeline before Kirk takes over. So, and like they could easily stretch it out as long as they want, really.
Definitely.
So, because like an episode takes place in the span of like a few days. Week tops. They could, stretch it out even longer than that if they wanted to.
Yeah, if the show's successful, they'll definitely do that. As it is. Oh, yeah, he's away. But I do know the code that sets it off, and there's got 5 of them around the house. Galaxy Quest is £8 here on Blu-ray in CX. Well, send Michael a copy next time you see one.
Yeah, because it's 22 here.
It's probably
if you had said that was for the DVD copy, I was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad of a price comparison. Doing the converting prices and what have you. I do love seeing the escape pods break off.
Yeah, that's a lovely scene, because especially when they twist and then go.
Yeah,
it's a really nice effect. Met Scotty on the train on his way to Oakville, Ontario, Canada, to visit his brother years ago. That was nice. I can't find The Punisher in CX as a trilogy Blu-ray. It must be rare to get. No, AJ says, you won't find it as a trilogy. Because, all 3, the first film especially, are a different distribution company. So I don't think any of them are 2. I was watching Trek stuff in the 90s. I'm trying to think. I guess, I was watching a lot more in the 90s than I was the 80s. What's the movie with Tim Allen? That is Galaxy Quest. I was 5 when I started watching Star Trek.
I was, excluding being 4 when I watched Nemesis, when that came out, I was 11.
All right. Well, let's see. I do remember the Star Trek animated show being on TV.
I watched actually 3 episodes of the animated series on Netflix. It's not bad. I love the fact that in one of the episodes that we do see the Guardian of Forever again, when Spock goes back in his own timeline and saves himself. So,
yeah, the Santa Claus is a Tim Allen movie, so that is true.
It is a Tim Allen movie.
ICJ doesn't have any copies of The Punisher.
Nor does mine, I think.
No, nor does mine, because I did look for the 2004 one before I bought the VHS version. But
I can have a look now.
Don't you get
The Punisher?
Don't you get any 2 others anymore? You used to. Oh, other CXs, isn't it? Bob the Space Movie. The Borg must be modelled on the Cybermen in Doctor Who, surely. I hope Kit Pedler and Jerry Davis got some acknowledgement from Paramount. I'm sure they changed it
actually,
enough, but they didn't have to.
My local CEX has Punisher Warzone on DVD for €1.
Oh, €1. That's a bargain.
It's part of their €1 movie section.
Yeah, and you don't have to watch them in any particular order because three are all different films and unrelated. Just there's a Punisher in them. Physical media, my CX does, but they sell quick. Okay. Will Pike end up in the cage with this horrid ending? Well,
yes, that is what he is. That is his timeline. That has to happen. Though I know before season 2 of Strange New Worlds came out that they were talking about how they're going to toe the line essentially with the show's canon.
Right.
So
I guess they've got about 10 years there, haven't they? Before it's
less.
supposed to happen. Oh, it's less, is that?
It was 10 years when season 1 of Discovery came out.
There we go.
Now I'd say we're, I don't know. I think it's like, I think season 1, I know season 1 takes place like a couple of months after season 2. So we could be like still 8 years off before 2063 when Kirk takes over.
Yeah. Here we go. This is, the gas effect is the only bit of dodgy CGI in this whole film, I think.
It doesn't look too bad on the Blu-ray.
No,
I'd say it looks better on. Yeah, I say it looks better on the 4K copy.
No,
like if I ever did upgrade to 4K, I'd say this would be the first 4K movie that I might purchase.
Of course it would.
Of course it would. Would you be surprised if I didn't?
No.
I think I think people would be very surprised if that wasn't the first thing that I bought if I got a 4K player.
Yeah. The hoses, do they just drop down, or because it looks like they're remote controlled, or just they're just dropping in?
I think actually, I think they're a part of the Queen.
Okay.
Because they do hiss. If you listen closely, they do hiss a bit.
Yeah, they seem to be moving on around like Dr. Octopus's tentacles.
Yeah.
What else? You got the Austin. I remember renting the DVD of the Trek films in the video store days. Oof. Yeah. That's going back a bit.
To be fair, I do love the design of the Phoenix. I think it's a pretty good design.
Yeah. See, her dissolving is a good effect as well.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, check online. Michael, I sometimes see it as a DVD in a charity shop. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Because I haven't seen it in the wild once in my nearly 2 years of collecting.
Next, that's British robots. British evil robots. You're thinking of Al.
Mm-hmm.
But we were discussing Doctor Who earlier on the Daleks.
Yep.
Doctor Who.
Oh God, that brings back. It's even worse than Doctor in Distress. That is the worst one that they ever fucking put out. Have you ever listened to it?
I don't think I have. I don't know that.
Don't. It's they done it they as like a charity song or kind of to save the show back in Colin Baker's run, because it went on a year hiatus and they were going to cancel it, and then they done the Trial of the Time Lord set, and then of course they went with they fired him and brought in Sylvester.
Yeah. And then I compare the prices of eBay and CX. Yeah, that's the easiest thing. We've only got one CSX here.
I live in a small town, so I only have the one.
There's two places here that sell secondhand desks, but only CX is good most of the time.
Mine, for me, it's mainly just CEX, but also there's like a bunch of charity shops.
Oh yeah,
but they haven't been getting anything new in recently. That's why I barely check them. Like I'll go into my local Oxfam and I'll just stand at the DVD section and I'll stare, and I'll be like, yeah, there's just no point checking. It's all the same. It's been the same stuff that I've been seeing for months. I can't remember the last thing I bought from a charity shop. It's all been from CEX. And to be fair as well, I don't even buy off of eBay because I could be slapped with an import charge.
Yeah, the postage.
Because the last thing that I bought was Doctor Who Series 7 Part 2 on Blu-ray, and it came in like a box type thing with the 2 Amarais in it, and I think I paid less than a tenner for it, which is grand. Okay. It was a not bad price, but then I had to pay an extra $4 something on top of that for the import fees.
Robin. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. The CX doesn't have any punishes to DVDs, Blu-rays, or anything. AJ has them all, just in case one of his copy fails.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I would be surprised if he has less than 100 of each.
He did, yeah. Most of the stream we did with the Punisher was him going through his collection of discs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you are. The postage is £2.50 per item, so it costs more than the DVD. Yeah, that is a trouble.
Yeah, over here it's $3.50 per item. Oh. So at one point, one time I was looking to just buy 2 €1 Blu-rays, and it almost cost me €9 because of the postage.
Yeah,
I was like, saw that, and then so I went and bought just 1 Blu-ray, but then that got cancelled.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was going to be like a Blu-ray upgrade for Brother Bear.
Right. My chart shop's good. They have a big turnover in films, and it's just 5 discs for £2, Blu-rays or DVDs or box sets. You get like a 10-disc box set for counts as 1 disc, which is nice because they're trying to get rid of it.
For me, the prices vary. Like in the NCBI charity shop, which is where I bought my Star Trek the Original Series DVD files for £20. They'll do it like €2, but if it's a box set, they overprice it compared to like the likes of CEX. And like I don't like that. There is 2 St. Vincent de Paul shops that sell DVDs and Blu-rays for 50 cents each.
Okay.
Which is not bad, when they actually have something I'm after.
Yeah.
And then my Oxfam it's €2 per DVD, but if you get 3 of them, it's 3 for $4.
Okay.
And then a few others might just be like €1 or something. Which isn't bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. If you can get this any good ones.
Yeah.
Do you know who this Vulcan's supposed to be?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be Spock's great granddad or something. Soldark or something. But it's been mentioned, but it's never officially put in this film.
And that's something as well that I've been thinking about with the original series is how often these things are mentioned and never seen again. Like Kirk's nephew, after the season 1 episode where we find Sam Kirk dead, as well as his wife, and just the nephew that's left. We don't hear hide nor hair of him after that. We don't know if he's alive or dead. And the same with Friday's Child, or Friday's Children, whichever it's called. In season 2, McCoy has a child with the Tar's wife, and left on that planet, never mentioned again.
Yet.
They have a bad tendency to fucking do that.
Yeah. First Contact came out when the movies were still using miniatures. Yes, and this is a film better for it. Still looks great, especially on a 4K, I guess. Saw a Tim Allen movie when he's released from prison. Can't remember the title. Doesn't ring a bell.
No. Doesn't for me either.
It's for Punisher on 4K yet. Only in the US, not in the UK.
And does AJ have a copy of the 4K?
Yes, he does. I'm sure he does. I know he's watching.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
And not the 89 one. Yes. Is it coming to the UK? Oh, it's the Wild Hogs. Is it? Of course, he's in that with Travolta and everyone, isn't he? So does the 08 one, Bastion. So they're only America. They should bring out the Punisher trilogy on Steelbook box set. Yeah, like AJ said, I think the licensing has stopped that on who owns them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny what gets a 4K considering what's a bomb and they still expect it to sell well.
You know, I was just thinking of a kind of continuity era when it came with the Star Trek Enterprise Season 4 two-parter In a Mirror Darkly. This, that the whole first contact supposed to take place in the bridge of the timeline. Where's the Enterprise E? They hadn't gone at that point. Where's the Enterprise E?
Oh.
Now that's a what if theory that I'm going to start cooking on.
No, I'm going to steal that. So you can get the video out first.
Oh, I have a free day tomorrow. I can get it done in an hour. Just got to put my idea into ChatGPT and let it do the hard work.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, none of the original series people are in this film, are they?
No, I don't think so.
No one from the original series is in. Technically, it's a trick question. There is someone.
It must be someone so insignificant that I don't know.
It's someone's voice.
Majel Barrett?
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta love Majel Barrett.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
It's a shame that supermarkets don't sell Steelbooks like in America. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Our supermarkets.
There's two other places for me to buy physical media brand new. And that's a place called Golden Discs, which is kind of like HMV, but it's more geared towards records. But they don't do steelbooks. And my local Tesco still has a DVD section, very few Blu-rays, but every new major release, like a Marvel movie or a Top Gun or what have you, they will have the Blu-ray there. And it's like, but it's slightly slightly above the retail price, I think, because it's like €22 to buy them brand new when it comes out in either Golden Disc or Tesco. But what I do love, and I think I have mentioned this, that HMV is finally opening back up here soon.
Oh, nice.
In Dublin, which is a good thing because we are losing GameStop and Argos in just a couple of days.
Yeah.
They're all pulling out.
Was it HMV here? I'm mostly doing American sweets and T-shirts now, but all right, let's have a look. Yeah, can't because of the rights. Maybe a boot. Can you get bootleg steelbooks? Surely they're.
I'm pretty sure you can.
They must be tricky to make.
They would. I say they would be tricky to make, but I'd say you could. You'd have to do a deep dive in eBay for sure.
Yeah, I guess someone could.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like Matt has shown off some like steelbook things to actually put on to your Amaray thing.
Okay.
The Amaray cover.
Yeah. Michael Gray did a number on Doctor Who in 1986. That missing season had probably one of the best, most ambitious Doctor Who stories with the Ortons, set in Hong Kong. Gray and Harper was going to direct. Okay, that's a shame.
Okay.
My trash shops are rubbish at the moment. Media's dying out, and in them, and one even stopped selling it. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
They've been VHS before they even take them in the shop.
Oh yeah, that's why when I posted my VHS collection, my VHS collection is very, very tiny.
Yeah,
like 4 movies and a TV show. Now I got lucky with that TV show. I found that on Facebook Marketplace, brand new. The tapes are brand new, for like 20 quid.
Yeah.
And but the times that I have found the VHS movies that I own in my collection, I did pick them up for like €1.
Okay. Right. So, AJ's gone to bed. Enjoy your holiday, AJ.
Good night, AJ.
We'll
enjoy the holiday. Try not to drink too much booze. You don't want to, in your old age, you don't want to suffer from that hangover.
Yes, I'm glad they got Goldsmith back. Yeah, especially through the new films. That was good.
Yeah.
Nice welcome.
But to be fair, I think my favorite Star Trek composer has to be Michael Giacchino.
What's he doing?
He done the Kelvin movies.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, and he also done the opening for Prodigy.
Aha. I haven't seen that yet.
Really, really good. I absolutely loved it. Yes, it's animated with hologram Janeway.
Ah, nice.
It takes you a few episodes to get into it. Whilst it's building up these kids. But after a few episodes, it hits the ground running.
Okay. Well, Bob's got 8 charity shops. I guess I got 8, but I've only got 1 within walking distance. About that, but yeah,
all of mine are in walking distance. Only 1 has stopped doing physical media.
Okay, bloody hell.
Yeah, and that's the one I used to work at.
I have an Umbrella Blu-ray of Punisher 89. I was surprised how many AJ had. Different companies producing them.
Yeah.
My choice was okay, but they have more DVDs, Blu-rays. Yeah, CX pay 1 pence for a DVD, and that's it. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, for me, it's like 1 cent for cash, but 5 cents on a voucher. So, I mean, if I build up enough stack, if I build up a decent enough stack, it adds up. If I throw in a couple of 20-cent ones here, 10-cent there, €1 or 2 here and there and everywhere, it all adds up. But for the longest time, I was told they stopped taking them, and so the ones I had 2 different stacks built up. I threw out the bigger stack thinking they stopped taking them until I was told that they started taking them again. I'm like, you motherfuckers, you sons of a bitches.
Yep, that's them. Mine has the same mostly comedies that everyone else has. Yeah, that's the trouble. They've got 100 copies of films, some of the films, haven't they?
Yeah.
If I gave you £1 and your father gave you £1, how many do you have? £1. You don't know your sums. You don't know my father. Oh. Right, AJ. Oh, too late for thinking. Crazy on the Outside is the name of the Tim Allen film. I don't know that one. Austin still hung on to his VHS tapes. I wish I did. I only started collecting a few years ago and again.
So did I. I had quite a few as a kid. Because I grew up on VHS, even in the early 2000s.
Nice.
I think my first DVD player was a lot of people's, and that was the PlayStation 2.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
James Horner's Trek score was good. Yeah.
It is good. It is good. But I still love Michael Giacchino's score of the Kelvin movies.
Yeah. I do like his Batman one. Prodigy is for kids like Lower Decks. Ooh.
Lower Decks is not for kids. I mean, they're in one scene in season 3, they're practically all naked in a group shower. How is that for kids?
What is the cost of Animatrix in Ireland CX? Look it up yourself, Nos.
Yeah, you can. If you have the CEX app, you can easily just fucking do it. That's how I've been able to compare them.
Unless you actually know what it is.
Yeah.
Right, let's go to the last one here. You got plenty of diamond collection tapes at thrift shops. Yeah, the Black Diamond. I guess they're only in America. I don't think I've seen any in the UK.
I haven't seen any of them in the UK either, but
no,
I do see them on TikTok a few times because I do watch some people, you know.
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Like I remember there being like an article about them saying how rare they are. They fucking are. That's what I hate about journalists is the fact that they just go, "Oh, let's just go see what the highest one is, and it's fucking $1 million. I guess that's what it's worth. I'm not even going to check the sold listings."
That's the difference, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Let's get the last few comments. CX only buys discs that are not scratched, but then they'll put their fingers all over the disc and put 2 disc DVDs together in a sleeve.
Don't get me fucking started. Last year, I bought Series 4 of Doctor Who, and I didn't check it until I went for my rewatch for my review early on this year. And disc 1 had disc rot. Would not play. It wouldn't play on my Xbox One. It would on my 360, but only for the Voyage of the Damned special. If I tried to watch the Children in Need time crash, it would crash the disc. even on my disc drive that I bought for my laptop, it would do the same. So it took a while for them to eventually send me out a replacement.
Okay.
And half the fucking discs didn't work on that one either.
Bloody hell.
I still had the original one that I bought, and so I was able to Frankenstein a decent one together because half of the discs didn't work on one, and then half of the discs didn't work on the other, and it was a headache doing that for my Series 4 watch.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
He's going to buy Lower Decks, but hasn't watched it yet.
I only have season 2 on DVD. And I think I paid like $12 for that in CEX.
I don't know if you can buy, but car boots have some great stuff if you can get one. Yeah. When I went
to for me, I'd have to travel to go to these main car boots. Like there is a Friday market in Navan where they take over like this big car park. And it's been going on for years, but after COVID, it shrunk massively. And so there's like, I've gone a few times and I've left empty handed because people just don't have physical media. The only 2 things that I bought from there the last time was season 1 of the Sarah Jane Adventures, missing the slip. But it was still complete, you know. I did have to clean 3 of the discs, but I paid 50 cents for that.
Okay.
So I can't complain. And then I paid 50 cents for a McDonald's Pokemon toy. The last time I actively went looking.
Yeah. You gotta have the time, and you gotta get there early with car boots, haven't you?
Oh, I've been there at like 9 a.m. and they just don't have like I looked at them all. It's all just their junk, used broken junk.
Yeah,
and expired food. So
I do not condone this. 2 VCRs to copy movies. Nothing. No car boots. Okay, Carl's gonna look for you. I could have no rants about CAX at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, so, I've done my ranting. That video done really, really well. And then I even done an update on that, which done decently. And that's me done ranting and raving about it. Because it doesn't matter what I fucking do. Nothing's going to change.
No.
It just means things that I want to buy, I can't.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it has to be.
So there we go. So thanks for Michael for joining me this evening.
Thank you for having me on. I've had a
The second
blast.
best Star Trek film.
The best Star Trek film.
That was it.
I've said these hands are rated E for fucking everyone. They we can go on the KSI's undercard and duke it out.
It's all gone a bit Irish now, so
Yeah. That's what I've been told. I sound American when I'm talking normally, but the more angry I get, the more the Irish comes out of me. Which, fair enough, doesn't bother me.
Oh, CX, yeah, everyone's going to start a CX rant now. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The stickers have improved. I've luckily had not much bother with those, but yeah, maybe some of their old stock is still.
Some maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no Disney tape is that rare. Maybe Song of the South, but it's still the.
Oh yeah, definitely Song of the South would be is definitely up there. Even DVD copies of it.
I got about 100 copies of Lion King if you want them. Lovely stream. Yes, thanks for joining us, Danny. Long live and prosper. Ooh, there you go. Well said, Moss. Michael, Cal's going to look for Galaxy Quest for you. And
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Dr. Impossible for joining us. Thanks again, Dr. Impossible.
Cheers.
So good night to all, and thanks for joining us, and good night to Michael. Until the next trek.
Until the next one.
All right.